A very important update happened today in Second Front, so if one of these two features were holding you back from playing or checking out the game, you should now be able to play them. So the first one we're going to take a look at is the Unlock All button. You can now select that button and it's going to unlock everything, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click that button and unlock all our scenarios and hopefully campaigns. So now everything has been unlocked, and if you were waiting to play the game or check out all of these scenarios, it's finally up and running. The next thing we're going to check out is a campaign, and as you see, everything is now unlocked. The first one we're going to check out is the Recon at Pravaka. What's important to know about these campaigns, and we can finally start on our campaign reviews, is that they are now savable. So we can leave a campaign and come back to it and play it again later. That bug has been resolved. So now we no longer need to omit that review from our main review later on. The first thing we're going to take a look at is the force we're going to be taking on, and it looks like it would be Russians. 5 platoons, maybe 8 platoons in total, a sniper, 2 commanders, and 3 LMGs. So let's hit the play button. And someone told me that the campaigns really open up a little bit, and so we're really going to take a look at that right now. I haven't played any of the campaigns. I've mainly played the scenarios, and let's see what we can look at. So we're still waiting for it to load. Fantastic. He said he slowed it down a little bit because there was a weird hang bug. So we're going to zoom out, get a good look at the map. Overall, I'm not extremely concerned, and the rotate feels the wrong direction to me. So it's E to rotate to the left, so counterclockwise for E. Weird. All right. Anyway, so let's take a look at this campaign map, and we're going to try to determine which way we're going to attack. So one of my main issues was everything felt fairly linear, and I'm just taking a look at this map. One thing to make note of, there's a water crossing right here, but unfortunately there's marshes, so our vehicles cannot cross the water right there. That really slows down our approach already. As you see, there's only one way across this river. And realistically, we're not going to be advancing any of these platoons because they cannot go up here unless we march them all the way down there. So that is something we can consider at a later time. I'm not just going to have them sitting here and doing nothing because we are going to need this force. I guess they can't go down there either. I guess that marsh is stopping everyone. Maybe they don't have the movement points for it. All right, this is going to stay here right now. Then we're going to come over here. I'm going to take a look at this force as well. They can't really traverse any of the water, as you see. And this gun emplacement right here can't go anywhere. Obviously, for a game that doesn't want all our units to stack, they certainly love stacking all the units for us. And then we're going to continue rotating back to the left, so our normal position. And as you can see, we have several units within the trucks. So we're going to take a quick line of sight tool, and we're going to take a look. Because our main, our anti-tank, our PaK-40, has a smoke cannon, but it has a 58% chance of not reloading. So we need to figure out how we're going to use that in this battle. Honestly, when I pre-looked at this map right here, I determined that this was one of the better places for it if we were going to smoke upon our crossing. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 platoons we need to make note of. And how I came to that conclusion is just like if we smoke here, then they still have line of sight down this way. If we smoke further down, then it just blocks this road right here, but then there's line of sight right here. And obviously there is an enemy platoon who's very clearly going to advance either this way, move this way, and eventually begin shutting us down. Probably he's going to come all the way right there. I'm not quite sure, but that's where I would move. I'd walk, and then I'd advance, and then I'd direct fire and really shut down that lane of fire, which really isn't fun. And then he has 2 solid lanes to shoot down, so even one smoke's not super effective. Then we come over here and we determine that there's going to be 4 platoons, 3 or 4 platoons coming from this direction on turn 3. So it basically shuts down our whole assault on this right hand. I believe this is the southeast flank if I zoom out and figure out where north is. North is this way, so that means that's southeast or almost directly south. On that southern flank, we can determine that because, well, that's where they're coming in. Either way, there's really not a lot of time to approach if we wanted to go wide, because we only have 80 victory points right there. So if we really did want to go really, really wide and come through this way and try and cut off that reserve, it's just not realistic with the time limit we have, which is something that really minimizes the way we approach this objective as well. So this guy also has a smoke. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use this weapon system right here. If the AI does try and approach this way to cut off our assault, like if we're right here, obviously this is one of the fastest routes. This may be even faster. This does block some line of sight, but not real cover, so I imagine a lot of people push through this. We can also determine that the AI is going to go to the second floor of that house, so these hedges are going to be absolutely useless for us. Something to make note of. These hedges over here, possibly useless for us because this is where a bulk of the force is going to be. So it's really forcing our approach down this one lane in an attempt to get to this house. Or we could try and go around and just fight through all this cover or this lack of cover and just hopefully just allow them to shoot at us. That's my quick little assessment of the battlefield. Not overly excited about it, in all honesty. So what's this? This is just a guy on a Jeep. Let's see what he does. I think we just see what happens. All right, that's perfectly reasonable. I'm just taking the most direct approach I can get. This is our main vehicle. This is going to be our base of fire. I can't obstruct this position right here, but I also can't move my other units unless I move him down here. So unfortunately, he needs to move directly, straight forward, and right to there. If we stopped him right here, that's going to create a bit of a traffic jam for us, and that's just not something I want. So then we got to ferry these 3 vehicles. How far can this one go? He can go all the way up there. Can he move? No, he can't. I guess he can drive through. I didn't think he could. Oh, I left it open. Goodness, Joe. All right, same with this guy. He's going as far as possible. And actually, I want him to move and unload. Right, with that platoon in range, we're going to drop them, advance through the woods, hopefully get as far as we can on turn 3. We're just going to continue to stack. This path is the most effective, and I'm actually really good with this idea. Unfortunately, he can't do much right there, so we're just going to move him as far as possible. Don't have to. If they move out of there and engage us, like, really, what do we want to do? If they come over here to, like, press our advantage, they move 1, 2, 3, 4, advance, crawl, engage our units. So should we stop here with a bit of cover and then cross the open ground? Or should we just stop here and then they're forced to engage this LMG right here? That's really the question we need to ask ourselves. So let's go as far as we can. Let's just be reckless. I'm always a big fan of being reckless. Am I clicking? I want you to hold everything. I want you to secure line of sight right here. I want you to go as far as you can. So right there we go. We have a small little... They shouldn't really have any sort of anti-tank. I didn't see any machine guns on them, and that's why we had to move that unit, right? That traffic jam I was talking about. Move to stop for that unit, and we're going to move to stop right here. And these guys are going to go as... So what do we know about this? We know that their fire is not going to engage our units directly. If there was perhaps a hidden unit in these woods, we know that they're not going to engage the vehicle. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab an infantry with an LMG, and we're just going to push him. I guess he can only run. I don't want him to run. All right. Congratulations, you get to run. We're just checking line of sight, making sure no one's going to engage us. Then we're going to grab him. And I want these two to stay together, honestly. And why I want them to do that, one, he has an RPG, which is fantastic for anti-vehicle. I don't know if you can use that on infantry. And then an LMG, and this commander has a good little base of fire. This, in my opinion, is honestly an absolutely terrible position because I see this unit moving down into this area and just engaging him, but that's really a long shot. And then we're just going to stay like that. Ideally, I want to see if I can get this unit across the river. I just want to see what happens. That was a bad place to move him. If I can have 2 more platoons on my side, that's a great amount of firepower to have. Ooh, I wonder... Oh, no, we actually used all our stuff. So what's going to happen is we're going into the advanced phase. So now we can grab all our units. This unit can move into cover. We're going to split off our RPG guy to go this way. We're going to maintain our captain. Or, who is he? He's probably a corporal. No, Corporal Hartman. With our LMG. We're still going to approach the southeast approach. We're going to have our veterans move up to the woods. Move there. Please, dude. We're going to have our MG move up by himself. Then we're going to have this unit stay with our MG. No one else can dismount. No one else can really do anything. This unit is kind of in a bad spot now that I moved him there. I'm really reconsidering it. This unit can harass this guy a little bit. I don't know if it's really going to be super effective. Oh, we should have advanced these guys. And then these guys are kind of not really in the most optimal position, right? I mean, what do we do with them? We try and get them across the river? Or if we don't really secure this flank on the right turn, then this is really what's going to stop this harassment over here. But we're kind of doing that anyway. Like I said, they're going to move in it, right? That's exactly what we thought they were going to do. I don't know why he's crawling out, and he's probably relocating to the second floor. And who knows what this guy's doing. Right, so he's opted to attempt to engage us. So what is that? No real fire. They're going to advance. More than likely, he's going to push this tree line, which is going to force us to do anything with we have no line of sight on anyone, right? They're not going to move willingly into our line of sight. What's going to happen? He's going to probably advance into one of these positions and harass us on his fire turn. So let's see what happens with that. All right, what's he doing? He still can't get where he wants to. He's going back to the house. Don't understand that move. He's kind of getting line of sight. We begin harassing him. We have a 4% chance for this gun to break. It might not be worth that. And then so you can't. So this marsh completely blocks you. All right, that's not just for vehicles. I thought that was just for vehicles. So let's run a quick little status check. Make sure we're not just imagining things. Let's go grab marshes. Am I blind? Blind, looking for marsh. Marsh, right? Poor cover provides hindrance to the level. Does not block. Vehicles cannot enter. So we're going to check next turn, see if we can advance through this marsh. Maybe this is too deep. It might just be too deep of water. And then this is kind of just a waste of 2 platoons. So what do we do here? Obviously, these guys dismount. Now, what do we have to deal with? When we move into this position, what's going to happen is going to activate their defensive fire. So we move 1 platoon there, defensive fire. Move 1 platoon here, defensive fire. And then we could move around 2. Do we have line of sight on that? Click off that. I don't know why we would. Weird. Oh, I guess this doesn't provide cover. All right. So how are we going to deal with this little situation? I'm not quite sure, honestly, right? We have a leader, an HMG, and a veteran unit. I want to move this vehicle out of my way because he's now just worthless. Goodbye. So if we move our unit up here, it's going to possibly break. We're going to crawl. We'll get a little defensive bonus. Let's just do this. Watch this. Let's just see what happens. Crawl. All right. I want to crawl this unit again, and then I want to engage him with our commander on it. Commander, no. All right. So honestly, we should be able to like assault that unit if we wanted to just walk into this position right here. If we wanted to just be like, hey, let's assault this guy. So what we're going to try and do, we're going to shoot him a little bit with our MGs. Not really worth it, but what we're going to do is we're going to assault him. So we can either determine to maintain that hidden cover. I think assault comes after their fire phase. So we have a lot of decisions to make right there. Then what we can do with this unit. So let's dismount these guys. Let's get rid of this vehicle because he's just going to bother me right now while I try and think. Goodbye. Oh, he has a gun on him. We actually need them. I thought they were just normal trucks. This is our normal truck. We'll be pulling them back in later. So you're actually going to move right there. You're going to engage. No real reason to do that, but I just want to harass them a little bit. We're going to pull that vehicle back as well next turn. So what could we do with these guys? They can't go very far. They can't really go anywhere. They're mostly useless. So we could move them to get closer. They have no real benefit to us. This path is very useful, and we're going to stay on that path. So if this unit tries to pull back or go anywhere, he shouldn't be able to go anywhere right now. we can work on getting flanked right there and just continue to harass this guy and really get this guy off the battlefield. That's really what I think our main goal should be. So this unit can move freely. And we're just going to assault this guy. Like, right, we have 1, 2. Why is there a hidden unit right there? Hidden unit with an MG. Thank God we, like, rolled that. So what we do, we take the... We give him the bait, right? We take the bait. He runs. He gets KIA'd. Cool. Waste right there, but we're just going to... Why is he still engaging, bro? Did he get a reload? Did that turn yellow? Am I blind? All right, so we have a bit of a tussle going on right there. We're going to get fully in position, and we're just going to surround and eliminate everyone. We're going to take the MG. And we're just going to completely... All right, he's broken. That's what we want to see. What's this guy capable of? He must be like a leader or something. We can't really shut that one down. I don't know if this is really worth engaging at this range, honestly. So we're just going to... If we stay one back, he can assault us. We can try and get close. Overall, I'm not super concerned. Moving him might be too soon, honestly. We're going to engage with our MG, and we're going to engage with our gun. All right, solid miss. No real reason. So what are we going to do? We're going to walk. He should... Let's check line of sight for this unit over here. We should be able to move, crawl, and then continue to cut that unit off. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to move, and then we're going to crawl and engage that unit. You are going to move with our main assaulting force, and then we need to decide about this little cluster that's going on. We're going to rotate our vehicles over here on the left-hand side here in a moment. I'm not sure how armed they are, but I didn't see them having any RPGs. We're going to assault this unit with a platoon, and we're going to assault these guys. So, do you have any moves? No, these guys don't have any moves. All right, we need to determine. We're going to maintain our hidden status with these guys until our assault. So let's see what happens. Fire phase, right? So they go into the fire phase. We knew that was going to happen. That's why we didn't engage. We wanted to keep them. We wanted to keep our hidden status. So if they did engage us, we do have a bit of a buff that close. There's an MG up there. All right, fantastic. That's a heavy machine gun. Why is he escaping? Oh, that's so ridiculous. What's our percentage for winning? 50-50. So we take this ambush, see if it's even worth it at the end of the day, right? See if we can outnumber them. This might be a mistake, right? Because he's going to move fire. This MG is not really hidden. We kind of have a cluster going on right there. We need to bring our vehicles around to begin suppressing those woods, and we're going to keep advancing forward. Everyone's just going to keep moving. What can this MG see? So once we begin engaging this guy with these two units, it's not really super beneficial for us. We need to decide if this unit's worth wasting our time on right there, this regular unit with these guys. And I don't really think it is. We're just going to maintain hidden. These guys are going to advance left over here. Right there. And these guys are going to advance up there with them. I just don't see this unit being worth losing our advantage. Then we're going to go into the fight phase. I think this is really a mistake. I wish this unit wouldn't have gotten routed. And who do we lose? I think we're just I really just feel bad about all of these decisions. KIA, KIA, KIA. So did he kill? All right, so we got 2 eliminations and we lost a platoon. All right, that's still better than what we had before. So we're down 2 platoons initially. He's going to engage us. We're going to see some moves. It's turn 2. We're still trying to close this gap right here. Looks like there's a commander up there because he's getting a bit of a bonus. He got a reload also, and that unit's now pinned. So he's kind of shut down right now. So we have a lot of decisions to make right here. We know this unit's going to be online next turn, so when we move into this position right here, we're going to have 3 more platoons to deal with. So we either break contact over here on this right-hand side and continue pushing upwards, or we can try to suppress these units right there. Overall, I don't really see the benefit of these. Maybe I'm misunderstanding them, what I would do with them. But at this moment in time, they can't cross the river. No one here can cross the river. Am I just really confused? And you just can't do anything that I want you to do. So a little confused on that, and there's no reason to move him. So, okay. 1, 2, 3 valuable weapon systems out of commission because we can't do anything with them. You can't cross the river. Okay, we don't even need to care about that anymore. So what's it look like? It's our fire phase. We need to begin either engaging this guy for a 20%, but even pinning him, is there even a reason? There's a 20% chance to break him. That's really what we want, is that break, so it forces him out of the house. And the sniper, which is a 16% chance. I'm not super read up on snipers, but I don't like thinking about them. But we only have a 16% chance. Do we take the higher percentage? Let's just do that. We got the reload, and we got the break. So he's leaving. That's fantastic for us. No line of sight. Do we continue hammering away at this guy? And we're just making no progress with that guy. We're going to route this MG this way in an attempt to deal with that guy. Do you have a gun or anything? Absolutely no, you do not. So, do we want to... Are you viewable? So, yes, you are. 3, 3, 3, 0. Lots of people broken. The sniper is a problem. So, we bait him twice, right? If possible, or we get our vehicles online. Trying to think how I want to do that. We have no open fire, right? We could 2% pin. Why would we want him pinned there, right? What's the point of having him pinned there? We pin the sniper, he goes away. I don't see any commanders, so we should be good right now. I see no commanders online. We're going to push our tracks up through the middle road. I think that's really valuable. He's going to continue falling back. He's really super not useful at this moment in time. And then this unit. Turn 3, here comes his reinforcements, right? 5 more platoons to deal with. 3 more platoons. I think we're doing quite well. It's our move fire phase, so let's get our assets in place. This is what we really need to do. All right. So you come up here and you harass this individual. You, sir, come up the middle, and you go that way. And then you just go pretend to exist. I want you to just keep bullying this guy. I don't know what you do. Are you a commander, or you just exist? I want you to bully this guy. I don't know what this vehicle does. Does he have a gun on? Does he have a weapon? He does have a weapon. I just want to keep everyone like on their toes. So what we need to do, I thought that would like cause him to stay broken. We immediately begin harassing these units once they come on the battlefield. So once his units are online, like right when they enter here, I believe at the end of this turn, they have like kind of a cluster to deal with. I don't want them to be able to rest. What can you see over here? You can obviously see my units. That's outstanding. So, do we route this unit this way? If we turn off line of sight. All right, once reinforcements pull in, they're going to get engaged. Defensive fire, defensive fire. We're going to keep pressuring this guy right there. This unit's going to, he already engaged that guy. This unit's going to begin, he don't have any movement points. And I really don't care what this unit does, because here, he's a major distraction for us, right? We just need you to get into position right there. Whatever this guy does, it doesn't matter. Like, honestly, because if he moves, we have a gun here. I feel like this gun's more powerful. Not going to risk that pin for nothing, like for a forfeit, lose this gun for a 2% break. We're going to wait. These guys are online. I'm going to take that 16% chance to get that break. No reload. You're going to crawl. And you're going to miss. 2% chance. We're going to maintain that hidden. There's no reason to not have it. We could move this guy and try and get close to this house, but that's still 2 platoons we need to do. So if we were to like crawl this machine gun up here, let's see who engages him. 1. He's down. Like the sniper's down. So what are we looking at right now? We have this area basically, I'm going to say confidently covered up here in the southeast. We do need this guy to engage us once more. So how do we do that? Do we want to get a heavy machine gun offline? How far can these guys move? Or do we want to get this guy into position to assault? So we got a lot to think about. All right. Do we go for the break? Because we're going to bring our commander up there anyway, so he's going to rally on our commander. Let's go. It's worth it, right? Hello? Okay, we're going to move these guys individually because I'm not sure why they're being like that. All right, outstanding. They're broke. Full-on assault. What's going to happen is we're going for the assault on turn 6 right here. All right, sniper's broken. This guy's broken. He has a chance to rally one of these turns. Next turn, he's going to go into his fire phase. This sniper can really only engage these 2 units down this field. This guy shouldn't really have line of sight on anything way down here. And we're going for it all right here. I think we can easily force this guy out of position, and then if these units come online, they're going to be engaged by our force right here. Do they have line of sight? They do. So even if they move in this open area, they'll be engaged. So we hit next. Can anyone shoot, actually, before we do any nonsense? Can you? All right. Can you move? You cannot move. Should we move this? Can anyone move? Is it worth the move? Is it worth the move? And why aren't you on? You are on our heavy machine gun. No one can move. All right, I think that's a really good play. We just go for the kill right on the OBJ, see what we can get. He goes into a fire phase. He can't really shoot any of the units we want to use. All right, we take the 50-50 right here. 58-58. How, like, do we accept that risk? Because if we don't accept this risk, right, he goes into his move fire phase, and all that setup was for nothing, right? 8% chance, 28%. What does that mean? Running, poor aiming. So do we take the 58, right? If we don't take the 58, he's going to engage us. He's going to break us. So it's a flip of a coin right there. Or we wait one more turn if possible. If no one breaks, we can kind of get maybe these units online or at least harass this guy with a few more. So honestly, I would like a good turn save right here to tell you what I really want. So that's really what I'm thinking about right now. There's no reason to move these guys over here. I think these guys are too much. Honestly, we can kind of, I'm going to pull this veteran off and put him right there. That way everything opens up. Any movements they make, they're pretty much surrounded. This guy's not doing anything. Like, he's going to draw sniper fire next turn, whatever, right? These guys are going to attempt to suppress the sniper next turn. This guy's not going to do anything. This guy's going to continue to harass that unit, and these 2 units are going to suppress the sniper. So we really only have one way to bait these guys. So I say we go for it. What's the worst that can happen? I mean, it's definitely really bad if it goes really bad. And then if it does go really bad, we just we can reload the turn and then see. I don't know, man. It's not even worth it, but we're here, right? We're like, here, we gotta unclick that guy. 2, 3, off. Off, bro. Why are you being like this? I don't want that MG. Jesus. So now we have to sit here. There it goes. Click the leader. He goes in, 28% chance. He goes in, 58% chance. He goes in, 58 chance. Why does it? Why is this so difficult to unclick? So this is better for us. If our MG stays outside, it's better for our assault. It doesn't go 58-58. It goes 58-42. So we go in there like that. And then if you go in, it brings it to 58-58. Why does that drop our chance? Why, when we include another force, does it drop? Especially something like this unit, like an MG. So we have a better chance to win right here. Am I just interpreting that wrong? Hopefully this stands, and then we chill. That's fine. Like right now they're engaged in combat. Now we can kind of figure things out. He rallied, which is we didn't like factor into our consideration. So we really need to put pressure on this objective right now. And how do we do that? We need to. So he's going to move up to this house on the second floor. He's going to move up. There's their units. If they move anywhere, they'll be engaged. All right, he kills the guy that's hidden. That guy runs away. Not sure why. If they do anything, they'll be engaged. So maybe this was a mistake with our rocket launcher. So now we have our fire phase. You can't do it. So you can harass that guy, but if we harass that guy, remember, there's a potential to turn them into heroes. So is it worth it? You have no line of sight. All right, they have their commander on there, so there is a chance they can rally. You guys are no longer part of this world. And you can engage this guy for that 14% chance. And you're broken. All right, and then you can just have fun with that guy. So what's going to happen? If this guy's broken right here, what's his line of sight from this position? Worthless. So we continue to, we pull all these guys off, depending on our rally, and we go to this objective. So it goes to their turn. Russians broken. They're going to move. They're going to route. Don't really care. He's going to route to the commander. That's fine. And then we just keep harassing. So this is going a lot better. So where's he going to go? He's going to maintain this line of sight. He's going to move into that position. What does that do for us? If we move units into there, what does it do? So the question is, can we break him from this position? KIA. So we have that objective. So we won that 58-42. We got 60 points, and we win. Oh, we're done. Fantastic. Congratulations, me. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace, guys. Oh, and then we're going where it's going to continue. So now, actually, let's check our autosave. Let's check our autosave. I feel like 60 points was pretty dope. Oh, and so it's persistent. Right? That's cool. Did not know that. All right, so we have this objective. We have these broken guys right here. We're still maintaining that. We're not going to continue this. I just want to... if I hit escape, did it save, or do I go back to that last screen? No idea. They just put a save button, bro. Just put a save button. So we go quit. We go play. We go cancel. We go continue save game. We click on campaign. And there's no campaign. So we just wasted 40 minutes of our time. So there still is no campaign. I don't know what they fixed. I'm going to go check the notes real quick because maybe I'm wrong. And I don't like being wrong. Game is up to date. This video is too long. It's 30 minutes shorter than some of my other ones. Small patch. Fixed loading campaign scenario from autosave. There is no autosave, so it's still broken. All right, so we just played fantastically, and now I'm a little bummed. So we'll play Broken Arrow tomorrow and Command Modern Operations, and then hit me on my channel if they ever fix it and we can finally take a look at it. Maybe I misinterpreted the save functionality, or maybe it doesn't save. So hopefully you watch the video to the end, guys, because it ain't fixed. Or at least maybe I just didn't read the patch notes correctly. Peace.